Okay, it's Friday again. I'm back with this Q&A video, and the interesting bit is our thumbnail for the day. I'm sure you would have already seen it, and you know that we have a special guest for you, but I'm going to introduce him much later in the video. Before that, what I'll do is I'll try and address your questions. I have a lot of them this week as well. For all of you who are new to the channel, well, let me remind you that in case you have any questions about phones, apps, gadgets, or anything else about technology, do put them in the comments box. I usually take up these questions, address them in our weekly Q&A videos every Friday. So I'll take these in next week's video. What you have to make sure though is that you use the hashtag Let's Get Techie so we can address these, identify these questions and address them. Now let's start today's video. First question I have today is from Hemlata, and the question is, sir, जो smartphones cooling devices होते हैं, वो कितने reliable होते हैं? For example, a smartphone cooling fan. So Himlatji, what I've seen is, a lot of people actually don't require these devices. These accessories are there in the market, but they're very niche product. I mean, those who game a lot probably will need a cooling fan. Also, you have to understand is that there are a lot of cooling fans from different companies, but their efficiency also differs. So in case you are spending on one of these devices, I'll recommend get a good cooling fan or get a good accessory which is actually sort of reliable or gives you that desired performance, because a lot of these cheaper cooling fans, I've seen that they're not actually they're not very effective. So in that case you'll be wasting your money. So if in case you are spending on any of these accessories, get a better one. The next question I have is from Narayan Ray. Sir, 13,000 में best all-rounder smartphone कौन है? I've been saying it for the past month. It's the Poco M4 5G. This is the phone that I like under rupees 13,000. Also, you have to factor in, see, Narayan, what has happened in the last 1.5 years is that there are hardly any phones in this price point. I mean, I remember Redmi used to make a lot of these number series phones under rupees 13,000. It has almost stopped launching that. Even Realme's C series hasn't seen too many devices lately. So there are very few, limited devices that have come in the recent past, and among those, I think the Poco M4 5G definitely stands out. Next question I have is from TRMN8. Why aren't cloud gaming services available in India like Xbox and cloud games? Okay, so the thing is that there are certain services like you have the Xbox Game Pass. There's also PlayStation Plus. But yes, I understand that cloud gaming hasn't been that big in India, and a lot of it is because of the lack of proper infrastructure. Now, if you want to play games on cloud, you do need very high speed internet. And we did a video recently where we went to Airtel's this setup and we tested their 5G infrastructure, and that's where I actually experienced cloud gaming. So I think once we have the 5G rollout in India, once we have more cities that will have 5G network, then you will see cloud gaming also slowly becoming popular in the country. So let's keep our fingers crossed. The next question I have is from Zaid Hussain, which is, where is the Poco X3 Pro? Now, I didn't actually get this question, but I still wanted to address it because the Poco X3 Pro has already launched in India. So I'm not sure what you exactly meant by this. But if you could just clarify it, I'll definitely address it in next week's video. Now, before I take up the next question, I want to introduce Abhik. You have already seen him in one of our videos, which was about the iPhone 14 mini.
Yes.
How was your experience? How was your debut on Fiiber?
By the way, if you have not watched that video yet, just go back to our last video where I talk about why Apple may ditch the iPhone 14.
This is why I really like this guy. He's straight up on the job. Yes. Plugging in the previous video.
So anybody who wants to know about what Apple is going to do with the next iPhone lineup, to watch that video and like and share that one as well.
Before you leave, Abhik, I also have a question for you, and this one is from Shreyan, and I think it's because of the video that you did earlier this week. And he's asking us, I know a lot of people who actually love the mini iPhones, and he always wondered why. So his question is that, he thinks that Apple is going to break a lot of hearts if it actually decides to discontinue the mini models. Now, what do you think? Do you actually see a lot of people using the mini iPhones around you?
To be honest, I haven't seen many people using the iPhone mini series that started with the iPhone 12 lineup, which also continued with the iPhone 13 lineup. And simply because mini models don't give you the kind of display that modern day smartphones require. You see even Android smartphones, whether cheap, expensive, mid-range, iPhones, if it's cheap or expensive, the good experience that you get in hand is with the big display, which is minimum 6.0 inches these days.
In fact, one of my biggest pain points of the mini iPhone has been that you get really, tiny real estate to, sort of type on that device, because the keypad itself takes up, half the screen, and it's already so small that you can't even see the text properly. So that's been my biggest complaint with the iPhone mini. So I mean, if in case Apple decides to discontinue it, I think you still have the SE, which is going to be there as the compact iPhone. So let's wait and see. But it's not still official. Apple may, for all we know, still launch a mini phone later this year. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Abik. You guys will keep seeing Abik on the channel now on a more regular basis. He'll be doing a lot of videos for us in English, and so keep supporting him, keep loving him, and keep sharing his videos. Okay, so alright guys, these were the questions that I had for this week's video. Also, this was the special guest that I had for you guys. I hope you like this video. If in case you have more questions, please put them in the comments box. I'll take them in next week's video. Thank you so much for watching.